Okay, I'm just gonna double check on X. Okay, we are live. Yeah, so welcome everyone. This is Vibe Combinator demo day for batch 4. As you can see, it's only Giannis and I today. I guess a lot of people, like we were focusing this batch on the hackathon, and a lot of people didn't end up entering the hackathon, so people are kind of doing their own things. Yeah, Giannis and I were both building for the hackathon, and we'll show you what we've been working on. And for people who don't know, Vibe Combinator is an accountability community and mastermind for solo builders who would like to ship fast and struggle with doing that on their own. So we kind of encourage each other to keep going. We share ideas, and yeah, we just help each other to keep going, because when you're building things on your own, it's hard to do that, and it's hard to do that for a long period of time, but it really takes like consistency over a long period of time, I think, to be successful with this stuff. I think that's why a lot of people don't make it, is because they stop before they get to the success. So anyway, with that said, let's get into the demos. So we'll start with what Giannis has been working on.
Hi everyone, my name is Yanis and I'm a software engineer, and I would like to say that this is my third batch with Vibe Combinator. And as Stefan said, in this batch we will focus on both youth hackathon. So should I start sharing my screen? One moment. Oh, yes. Can you see?
Yep.
Great. Okay, so for the hackathon, I decided to build a productivity tool that includes gamification elements. It's a tool for helping you organize your project's tasks and help you remain motivated, but by using gamification elements. So, specifically for that reason, I thought I should narrow down this idea for this tool to target specific type of user, and for now I should target to software engineers, product designers, and entrepreneurs. So the idea is for people that want to create their products or pages on whatever they're working on, instead of using just a generic productivity tool, use a specific tool designed for them, and by using gamification tools to help them remain motivated. So this is a smaller landing page. Okay, and upon signing in, there is an onboarding screen where you enter your name. You also select your character role. For now, there are no assets. I haven't created any assets for the game because it will have some assets like showing a specific character, and also as he level ups, it will change his appearance. But now it's all dummy. So let's say select our hero role, and it takes you to a main screen, let's say dashboard, that will change how it is presented. But now, as now it is called dashboard, and through dashboard you can see all your progression regarding your level, character level, the experience you have collected, the day streaks or active quests. How it works is that you create a project. For now, it's called project, but I was thinking to change it to become something like adventure, to be more like a game theme. So you create a project. Inside the project, you can create quests. Let's say a quest can be create a landing page. Inside this quest, you can create tasks like here, and you can select the priority of these tasks, uh, create a description, and when completing these tasks, you get experience where it is calculated on your character profile, and upon completing upon collecting experience, you progress to new levels. And through this process, for now, you gain achievements and trophies. But I am trying to find more ways to keep me motivated. For example, day streaks and things that I don't know, maybe penalize you or something like that. I'm trying to find new ideas for now. To also have some stats screen. Also, during this process, I was wondering if I should develop it as a web application or as a mobile application, because I have made a poll on Twitter and asked about it, and half the users were using the desktop productivity tools, similar tools, but they're using the desktop version, while others were using the mobile version. I have made this research about it, and I found out that with Bolt New, you can create mobile applications with Bolt by using React Native and the Expo platform to deploy them on mobile. So I've been thinking if I should deploy it on mobile or on the web. But because of on my experience, I know that there is a way to do it and to be responsive and work with the same project, have both. So I prompt Bolt to create a new project by copying my old project, and depending on users, let's say device or screen size, to change the user experience depending on the device he is working on. For example, here, if you're in a mobile, it changes the into a tab bar where you can see the navigation is different and how it works. And if you go on the desktop, you have a sidebar which is collapsible, and it's more focused for the desktop experience. That's all for now. Now I'm planning to think about the main functionality and how it can help you remain motivated and be more focused on how this could work more efficiently. That's all for now, because we have about 15 more days to complete the project for the hackathon, and it requires more work to be done. That's all.
Cool, thank you, Hannes. How long did it take you to build this so far?
I would say if I say this final version, it's about a week, but had created one previous version because it was on Nuxt and I had some problems on Bolt because I started to create it on Next.js and I was falling on many back loops inside Bolt, and I rebuilt it on Nuxt. I see it was working, and then I rebuilt it to be more cross-platform. and I lost about a week on this whole process. So for this version, it took me 1 week.
Hmm. And how did you make it cross-platform?
I prompted a ball to tell me which is the best way to for it to do it cross-platform, and Bolt, because Bolt is trained to build better on React Native. And as I have made research, I found that through React Native, you can build both on mobile, on web, and on web versions. And after some tests, I found out it works pretty nice. So I built it that way. And I prompt also Bolt to for each screen to change the layout depending on the user's device that is,
Yeah.
he's using there. Yes,
So this is React Native.
yes, yes.
Got it. Cool.
And on the back end, it uses Supabase as a Bolt is integrated in Bolt,
Yeah.
and it will also be using Stripe for the payments method.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any people that have tried this?
Not yet, because I haven't yet deployed live.
Mm.
I want to first fix some processes regarding the gamification because now it feels a bit broken. I want to fix some things that I have thought how to fix them, how to change them, let's say, and then deploy it.
Okay. Yeah. No. This. I've seen apps like this where, like, um, like, as you level up, like if you do what you're supposed to, like you have a garden that is like growing well, and if you don't, it like starts to droop. Um, I think that's a pretty cool way to get people to be motivated to do whatever they want to do. I saw this app called Brain Rot. I don't know if you've come across that one on Twitter. Um,
Yes, I have seen it.
yeah, so it uses like a similar idea of gamification to keep you away from doom scrolling.
Yeah, the thing is that you must find a way not to fall completely into gamification and then make it a game when then the user forgets about his tasks and just plays the
Yeah,
game or become a generic productivity tool. It's a
yeah,
balance between those two.
yeah, I agree. But I think that balance you kind of like you find over time if your product is
Yes,
being
exactly.
used. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Yanis.
You're right.
I guess I will show what I've been working on. So I will share this. Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if people can see this. Let me try to zoom in on it a bit. I'll leave it there. Okay. Yeah. So what I've been working on is, I guess the problem that I'm trying to solve is there's all this AI slop on social media. We see it on X all over the place in the replies, especially, but also in a lot of posts. People use M dashes. That's usually a pretty strong indication that it was AI written. But then in the response section, like you can usually tell pretty easily when something is AI generated because like it either just like restates what the original post was saying, or it does like that common like ChatGPT like it says something as a question and then does a response. Like no, it's pretty easy to tell when it wasn't a human because it just like doesn't provide anything to the conversation. And then you go on places like LinkedIn and like all of it is AI slop almost like because like the people posting it are writing with AI, but then LinkedIn has its own like AI generated suggested responses that people use all the time. So just like AI talking to AI, and it's not real human interactions. And I think people are getting tired of it. I saw the other day that Rob, who's working on SuperX, like he created a tool to identify AI slop on Twitter, and it like exploded. Uh, People really like that. And I actually had a similar idea, but I wanted to build this first and use that as a side tool to promote this. But he beat me to it, which whatever happens. Maybe I'll still build one because I have an idea about how to do it differently than he did. But what I built here is what I hope will help people solve this problem of AI slop. And this is a tool that helps people, like, it acts as a muse to help people generate content for social media. And I guess the people that I'm targeting is like not the people that are so lazy that they're using AI tools to spam social media, because like if you're so lazy that you're not even willing to like collect your thoughts and write them out and post them, like you're not going to use this tool because it does require interaction. But if you genuinely like want to post and you want to post real things and yourself, and you just don't know what to say, then I think this tool can help you. Because I've been in similar situations in the past, and I did rely a lot at the beginning when I first started posting on X on AI to kind of edit my posts and make them seem more engaging. But then what I found in the last month or so um, is just being myself is much more powerful than having AI like write for me or think for me. Because when I'm myself, like people could connect to me as a human, not as like this like image that I'm putting out. And I didn't really like fully like I'd learned that lesson in my own personal life. Like just being myself is the best way to like meet friends and stuff. But I thought on social media, I needed to be like engaging or interesting or whatever. And that's why I was like trying to follow how other people wrote or trying to follow like viral templates or whatever. But it wasn't until like some people challenged that idea, like Peter Levels was like, "Would you talk to people in real life like that?" And then Ben from Vibe Combinator is like, "I challenge you to just be yourself for like a bit and see how it goes." And I've been doing that ever since, and like I think it's led to better connection with people. So what I wanted this tool to do was the same thing. Like I wanted it not to return anything AI generated. I wanted to return the user's exact own words. So like the way that it works is I've set it up to look like MSN Messenger just for a bit of nostalgia, but like you have like your friends that you're chatting with, and then it opens with like, do you want to write a post or reply to a post? And then I said something like I want to write my own post and I want to write my about my experience. And then it starts to ask you questions. So it's kind of like interviewing you. So I wrote about my experience. Then it asked me some more questions. I um, actually didn't answer all of them because there's a slight bug. Like I tried to do Shift Enter to like go to the new line for number two, but I guess I haven't built that functionality, so I just sent it. But then it kept asking me questions. Like luckily, it seems to be smart enough to know that I haven't answered everything that it wants to know. Um, so asked me another question, I answered it. Asked me some more, I answered it. And then finally, it's like, okay, I'm ready. Do you want a long, medium, or short? And I told it, I would also ask, do you want a specific story? And I think specific stories are more helpful than general. So I said, include a specific story and give me all the three lengths. And then what it generated, I had fixed this formatting, but it looks like it didn't stick because the response format changed. But this should be three different message boxes, not one massive wall of text. But like if you read through this, um, this is yeah, this is like exactly my own words repeated back to me. And it chooses like for the long form post, it chooses pretty much everything that I said. Maybe not everything, but most of what I said. And then for medium, it kind of like cuts it down a little bit. And then for short, yeah, uh, like it's mostly my words. It's snuck in M dashes. It can't. It doesn't seem to be able to avoid that. I need to fix I have like multiple places where I say don't use M dashes, but it still loves sneaking these things in. But this is still my words plus an M dash. Yeah, I'll figure out how to improve that. But yeah, the goal is of this tool is to kind of pull content out of you, which eventually I think if you do it enough, it becomes kind of second nature and natural. You see something, you just don't think about it, you just go. But I think for people just starting out where it's not so natural, I think this might be helpful. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think I want to get this out there and see if people will use it, because I did post it under some guy who was complaining about AI slop. I said I was working on this, and he's like, "What do you mean a keyboard?" But I think that guy just he's been doing authentic content for a while, so he's not my target audience with this. And anyway, it's just a project for the hackathon. If it doesn't work, we'll just move on to something else. But I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. Yeah, that's what I had.
Looks really cool
Thanks, Jens.
and interesting. I think it will be very helpful for people that can't get their own ideas sorted into posts.
Yeah, I think so too. So I guess I'm gonna run an experiment on that. I'm gonna release it to a few people, I think, in the next few days. I'll just cover the API costs, and I'll have people test it and see how it works for them, and get some feedback and iterate and improve. And if the feedback is this is awesome, but I'd like you to fix these things, then I'll work on it. But if the feedback is I don't know, people are not using it, they're not that engaged with it, then I think that'll be a sign.
Yes, but also if those users use it as for real posts, I think they'll have immediate results if this works or not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I guess I should add some
Yep.
kind of analytics to it to see how much people are using it and how long they're sticking around. Probably use simple analytics or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess there's nobody else today. I don't think there's any questions. So I guess a few housekeeping items. So this was batch 4 of Vibe Combinator. We're actually going to be taking a 3-week break just to recharge. We found that going back to back to back is a bit tiring. It's a lot. So Vibe Combinator will return with batch 5 on July 8th. And I'll post about that on Twitter as well for people who aren't watching this. Yeah, July 8th we'll return, and I think we'll do 2 or 3 batches and then take another break and kind of do it that way rather than always nonstop. Because the goal is to get people to ship and to get into the momentum of shipping. But then they need to be able to do it continuously on their own after that. So yeah, and we have a Discord now where people can join free of charge. You don't need to be a batch member to be in the Discord and kind of chat with everyone else in Vibe Combinator. But if you want to join a batch, then you can sign up on our website, which is vibecombinator.co. Cool. Well, I guess we'll call it
Great.
there. Thanks, Jonas. Thanks, everybody watching.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Take care.
Stefan. Bye bye.